Hi, this is Manish Pandey. In the previous video we talked about how to work with the queue. Now in this video we'll talk about how to mark item as a business exception. First I am going to just decorate this main page because we have action, stage and other things also here. First what I am going to do, I am going to put everything here in one box first. Let me take one block and change the color of this one. I am going to take this color and double click on this blocks and put the name here, that is the global data items. You can write here. Now click OK. So we have these. Now I am going to move these action stage into a page. So I am going to move these two in one page. I will create one page here, new, and this page will be cut this and move to this here and move that side, because first we need to update the status and then mark completed. Now link both here and you can change the font of this here. You can select black color from here, double click on this action stage and we need here item ID. So go to main page and just double click on this item ID and make it globally accessible so that we can access from there also. Now here double click on this one and select, delete this and go to main page and click on this text and take this item ID here. Okay, now click OK. Now double click on this mark completed. Again we need item ID here, so we'll go to main page, click on text and then take this item ID. That's it. Now take that reference here, take the page, create a reference to that page, that is mark item as completed, right? And now we have space here. Now what I am going to do here, now after that I am going to move all these three into one page. Currently we are using one by one and we have three pages here, but instead of taking three multiple pages here, we can take, you can see in each page we have only one stage, that is action stage, right? Instead of doing this one, we can put one name, that is process record, something like, and then we can move all this action stage into one, because all this is part of processing, right? So we can take any one name, that is go to new orders, rename this one and I am going to use this as a process records, right? Now click OK. So after we'll cut this part, add new orders here and we'll use this one here. Now we have another, that is read reference, so we'll cut this one also here. We'll take this, all these things here and we'll paste in the same process record. Let me take here. Okay, and now just link all these stages here, delete this one, this is not required now, and delete this one also. Now we have added all these things into one in the process. Here in the add new orders we need some value, so we need queue data. So delete this and go to main page, take this collection queue data. Now click OK. Click on write to collection, we have this one and we are storing to queue data. Let me delete this and take it from main page, collection and then queue data dot reference, right? Now click OK. So we have updated everything here. Now what I am going to do, instead of keeping here all these three pages, I am going to use only one page. Name of this page is process records, right? Now we have multiple spaces here. Let me now link this got item with the process records and link this one with the mark item as completed, and delete this. I don't know when this I updated that, and link by this way with this one, right? Now after that, same way we'll cut this and move to 1. So let me cut this 2 and go to handle exception. We already have this one created. Now just paste this one here. Now this is for system exception. Now I am going to show you for business exceptions. So first I am going to tell you what is business exception here. Business exception occurs when a certain transaction value doesn't meet a business requirement. Business exception is not actually exception. Based on the business rules, we create or generate the exception explicitly, manually, right? For example, you are working on a process where you need to get order quantity from queue and write to application. As per business, if order quantity is greater than 99, then board should not process that item because application is not designed to accept more than 99 quantity. So that item should be marked as a business exception with the proper reason, and reason will be business exception hyphen order quantity is greater than 99. It means we are informing client or business that this item will not be processed because the order quantity is greater than 99. So this is called business exception. This application designed in such a way where it will just accept only up to 99 quantity. It will not accept more than that. So what will happen if by mistake or like client has updated their Excel sheet with 100 or 199 or 990 or 999 something. So we need to throw an exception with the business exception. So how can we do that? How can we mark that item as a business exception using queue? So first we need to see how to throw an business exception here. So we'll go to process record because only we are throwing an exception in our processing part. So here, after going to new orders, or like before also, you can check for condition. So we'll delete this line and we'll take one decision here, and this decision is for, we'll check here if on the main page, we'll check here if queue data dot, and then we'll put here quantity. So let's see what is the quantity available here in that Excel. So we have this name quantity, and we are checking here if this quantity is more than 99. We'll put here quantity greater than 99. So we'll write here if quantity greater than 99, and just click on validate. So it is throwing an error, it cannot compare unknown. It means we need to first, this is collection, it's part of collection, so we need to convert this to the number and then we can compare with the number. So we'll take here to number, open close bracket here, and then check here. So if this number greater than 99, validate this. Now this is valid expression. Now click OK. So we are checking if this is greater than 99, then throw an exception. So how can we throw? We have this one. Double click on this and we can say this is quantity greater than 99 business exception, and here we can select business exception if we have. If you don't have, no problem, we can write here same way business exception without double quotation, and here in the detail we can put here now click OK. So we have this error, we are throwing an exception with the business exception and link this one here. So if order quantity greater than 99, then throw an exception. If not, then go with the next part. So it means it will go and add new orders, it will read the reference and then like this. Now if there is an error, then how can we catch that on this page? So now we can catch here. So whenever there is an error on this page, it means we have this process records here. Let me check here. So if there is an error on this page, it will be covered on this one here by this recover stage, and then it will come here, it will check the exception region. Now currently we are just passing exception detail, but I need exception type also, so that I can validate if this is exception, system exception or business exception. Let me delete this one and take the same that we already have this. Let me take this one, because in this one we are using that exception type and exception detail, right? Everything we are checking here. Now it will store whatever value we will be getting from our this page, it will store here. If it is business exception, it will also store that detail here, it means in this data item, and then it will resume, and then after that we are marking as a exception. So we have this handle exception. I am going to take this page here, create reference, and we have handle exception, or you can change this as a mark item as a exception. Now just link this one here and then link with this one. Now let me go to handle exception here. Let me take one decision stage. We'll check here if it is business exception. So how can we put the expression decision here? So our condition will be if exception type equals to business exception. So we'll take it from main page. Okay, so these two are not globally accessible. So let me double click on this exception type and just make it globally visible. Now we can access this. So I will check here if exception type equals to business exception. So currently what I am going to do here, I am going to check like this way, business exception. So what I am going to do, I am going to change this, whatever value we will be getting from our exception type, I am going to first convert this to the lower case, and then I will compare with my this lower case value. So if exception type equal to business exception, okay, so we have this lower, that is the function to convert this value to the lower case. So we'll check if exception type equal to business exception, then mark as a business exception. So what I am going to do, I am going to take one action stage here, and this is for update that item status. So we'll update status, and that item ID will come from main page text and then item ID, and status I am going to pick here skipped. So if successfully completed, we are putting our status as a completed. If there is a system exception, we are putting exception. If there is a business exception, we are saying that this item is skipped, there is no exception, this item is completely skipped. Change this name, update skipped status, and after this I am going to take one more so that I can update, I can mark this item except as a exception. So I will take work queue, and then here I will take mark exception, but this time this will be a business exception, not system exception. So I will put here exception region, that is whatever value we are getting from our exception detail. So exception detail will be accessible on this page also. So I will take exception detail on this one, and it will just update the exception region as a business exception hyphen order quantity is greater than 99. We are not putting here manually. Now click, now remove this and update here mark business exception. Now click OK. So we have update skipped status and mark business exception here. Now let me take one link with this. If this is business exception, then go and update the status and mark business exception. If no, then and take one AND stage here so that we can AND this one. Save this one. Now we have covered everything. Now I already have data in this one, in this queue. I have 5 records, and let me run this one. Let me increase that. Okay, and let me run that here. Might be it is system exception or business exception. Yeah, so this is one exception here. Let me see what is the exception. The exception is order menu did not load. Why? So it was not able to click on order menu, and there was 2 system exception, that was orders menu did not load. Now why we are getting this error? Because let me go here, process records, and before checking this one, let me move this part here and let me move this here. So first it will check this before going to the new orders. Save this and add few more items here. So let me go here, refresh this, and let me delete this queue item first. Let me show you phrase. Set next stage, run this, and now here we have 5 records again. Let me run this from here. Let me run this and see what is happening again now. And this is completed, there is no error, this is successfully completed. Let me go to the Excel file here. So we have 4 records updated successfully. There is one that is not updated because here we have one that is order quantity is 100. So that's why this item was not picked by bot. You can just go and see the queue details, and you can see we have only one, and region is business exception, order quantity is greater than 99. So this is the business exception, and status is skipped, and there are 4 items that is completed successfully. So by this way we can mark item as a business exception in walk queue in Blue Prism. In the next video we will discuss about queue retry.